Activity. Generate the following lists using the range function thing. Okay, first things first. Range is a pretty cool function that's basically going to return like a list based on the parameters you pass to the function. So, okay, let's do the first one. All integers from 0 to 17. So switch on over to the interpreter. There we go. And so to do this, to 0 to 17, range 0 to 17. Now this actually won't work. When I hit enter, you'll see that it'll only go up to 16. It won't go all the way to 17. So to do this, we actually have to say go to 18 because it goes up to, but excludes that second parameter. What's cool though is you don't actually even need to give it the 0 in this case. If we don't include that 0, it'll do the exact same thing. It just assumes that you want to start at 0. So that's handy. Let's quickly go check back on what the website's asking us to do. All integers from -10 to 0. Okay, so let's go back to our interpreter. So range, we're going to start at -10, so that's the first parameter, and we're going to go to, what it was 0, I think, right? And if I hit enter, oh, but you know what? There's that thing again where it doesn't include that last number. So we switch it to the 1. There we go. We've got -10, -9, -8, all the way to 0, and including 0. The next one is all integers from 10 down to 0. So we're counting in reverse. So this is interesting. So this, what we're going to do is we're going to range. We're going to start at 10. We're going to go to 0, and we're going to count by -1. That's the third parameter. But you know what? I have a feeling the 0 is going to have to be -1 actually. And there we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So that's pretty cool. So now there's that third parameter that tells us how we're counting. We're counting by -1. Let's go quickly check on the next one. What does it tell us to do? All even integers from 0 to 20. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, range, we're going to start at 0, go to 21, I guess, because we want to include that 20, and we're going to count by 2s. So we'll put in a 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, cool, it worked. Now, another interesting thing related to the range function is something called slicing. So if I've got a list, so I'm going to generate a list 0 to 20, and I can do that easily with the range function. So I'm going to do that right now. A equals range 20. So that'll actually be 0 to 19, but there's 20 numbers in there in total. Now, we know we can index things in the list by single indices, but we could actually index multiple things at a time with something called array slicing. So we can say, start at location 2, go to location 6, and yeah, just print out all those elements. And that'll actually return like a new list that contains everything from location 2, which is 0, 1, 2, up to, but excluding the thing in location 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, but it excludes the thing in the 6th location. So we have that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Just like the range function, I can actually say do that same thing, but count by 2s. There we go. So we've got the thing in the 2th location, we skip the 3rd, the 4th location, then we go to the 6th, but we exclude the 6th, so we're done. We only have 2 and 4, which that's what we got here. The interesting thing here to note, however, is these are actually, when we slice these lists, we're actually getting new lists. We're creating a new list containing the information that was in the original list, but they're entirely new lists.